Are you in search of the best Wi-Fi extenders to boost your internet signal? In this video, we'll be showcasing 5 of the best Wi-Fi extenders available on the market today. Before we dive in, we've included Amazon links in the description below, so you can easily check them out and see which ones fit your budget. Number 1. TP-Link RE715X. We had a hard time selecting the RE715X as our top pick because we love the RE552. The latter is a Wi-Fi 5 extender with a better range and device capacity, and we wouldn't blame you for picking it over the more expensive RE715X. But the Wi-Fi 5 spec translates to slower speeds, so go with the RE715X if you want a higher throughput. But here's the thing. The 5 GHz band splits into 2 streams of up to 1,200 megabits per second each. You need a device supporting 160 MHz channels to get those speeds, like a Wi-Fi 6 laptop. Many popular Wi-Fi 6 smartphones support 80 MHz channels only, so your maximum rate is half to 600 megabits per second for each stream, 1,200 megabits per second total. The RE715X is a socket-mounted extender, so don't expect an insane amount of range like a few others on our list. But there are some callouts to be had here, including one mesh support and the built-in access point mode. Go with this extender if you have a TP-Link router with one mesh technology. Number 2. TP-Link RE315. At its core, the RE315 is a slower version of the RE715X. Both plug into a power outlet, have 2 antennas, and broadcast 2 streams per wireless band. The only real difference outside price is speed, an 866 megabits per second max rate with the RE315 versus the 2,402 megabits per second max rate with the RE715X. As with the RE715X, you can connect the RE315 to your router and set it to access point mode. We talk about this in our FAQ. It also supports TP-Link's One Mesh technology, but you need a compatible TP-Link router to create a mesh network. Lastly, the extender has adaptive path selection. This technology selects the best band and route for your data and changes the path and band if the data loss between your device and the extender gets too high. Number 3. NETGEAR Nighthawk EAX80. The EAX80 is a standalone Wi-Fi extender that looks like a router. NETGEAR calls it a mesh extender, but the specs show it supports the 802.11k standard only, which allows compatible devices to switch to a connection with the strongest signal automatically. Devices such as routers, smartphones, tablets, and so on must support this standard for smart roaming. As the specs show, you can get a 4,800 megabits per second link rate if you have a Wi-Fi 6 laptop supporting 4 streams and 160 MHz channels. Otherwise, 2 iPhone 14 phones connect at 1,200 megabits per second each. The extender uses some of that bandwidth as the backhaul to the router unless you tether it with an Ethernet cable, which we suggest if you want to get the most out of the other gigabit Ethernet ports. The range trade-off for speed is the big callout with this extender compared to the Linksys RE9000. The EAX80 has the 3rd best range on this list, so you're essentially paying for more speed and the added USB 8 port. Number 4. Linksys RE9000. Like the NETGEAR Nighthawk EAX80, the Linksys RE9000 resembles a router, even more so than the NETGEAR model. It has an extra 5 GHz band to support your wireless devices better, but the most you'll see is 3,000 megabits per second across all 3 bands versus 6,000 megabits per second across the EAX80's 2 bands. But that's okay. This flipped tarantula targets range over speed, with a maximum coverage of 10,000 square feet. To put that number into perspective, the Linksys MR9000 router has a range of up to 3,000 square feet. Other notable features include 4 gigabit Ethernet ports, one of which you can use as a dedicated wired backhaul to the router. It supports seamless roaming, too, if you pair this extender with a Linksys MaxStream router and other compatible extenders. Number 5. TP-Link RE550. The TP-Link RE550 has a weird configuration, but we like it nonetheless. It's a great runner-up to our pick for the best overall Wi-Fi extender. The big takeaway is you get a far better range than the RE715X at a lower price, but you don't get the speed or capacity of the newer TP-Link Wi-Fi 6 model. We call the configuration weird because we generally see an even number of streams broadcast over each band, like 2 and 4. Laptops and smartphones almost always support 2 down and 2 up, 2x2, so your maximum link rate on a Pixel 3 is 866 megabits per second. The RE550 has the second best range on the list, thanks to 3 amplified antennas. It's a socket-mounted unit, so its overall design limits its port count to a single gigabit Ethernet jack. It works with TP-Link's One Mesh technology, but you need a compatible TP-Link router to get the mesh benefits.